We are back. Oh, hold on. I gotta shrink this down. We're like, like usual. We are a high end professional show here, so we're like moving windows around as we go. Okay, so I've got the chat open. I've got the Discord open. I really do need like another monitor. Okay. Yeah, we're professional here. Is it mazes and monsters time? Oh man, you need your co-host Ryan. Oh man. All right. So, thank you guys for popping in. I mean, you guys always stop in for the video game stream. So I was like, you know what? I want to do something different. I don't know how this is gonna go, or we always, especially yesterday, we stopped playing Celeste for like 15 minutes because we were just talking about stuff. So of course this is going to be the day where we have nothing to talk about, and I kind of wish we were playing a game to sort of drive everything. But for those of you who I pretty much everybody here knows me, but for anybody who doesn't, who happens to be stopping in, thank you for stopping in. My name is Greg. I generally just go by Uncle Silver just because it's fun. It's always nice to have a different sort of identity. I'm gonna be sort of peeking between here and the screen over here. This is the chat and everything. Hey NKG, hey Wonder Bread. Again, thank you all for stopping in. If somebody can throw the Discord in the chat, that would be very, very awesome. We have a Discord channel, so that's always fun to, we always, if we're going to post any pictures or anything like that, we always throw it in a Discord. That's just a lot better. What do we got? No too personal question. Shadow, I'm laxed on that. I don't like too personal questions. You know what I mean? But there are some times where I'm willing to answer something a little, not personal, but about me. You know what I mean? Rule 2, no inappropriate questions. I don't know. Let's take rule 2 as we go, and we'll figure out what we deem inappropriate. And rule 3 is don't be a dick. You know what? Don't be a dick with rule 1. Rule 1 is don't be a dick. That's pretty much how it works here. If one of the things that's good with these kinds of streams is that it's a forum for other people to share ideas and stuff like that. And the one thing I want to make sure we create is an atmosphere where you can talk about that stuff. If you like something that's a little weird that somebody else doesn't like, feel free to talk about it. I don't want anybody out there to say they like this cartoon that everybody hates and they're afraid to bring it up. Like, bring it up. That's fine. Like, I hate Teen Titans Go, but don't be afraid if you like it. I've gotten a chuckle. The only rule is obey all other rules, of which there are 8,000. That sounds like RoboCop in the second movie. Was it the second movie where they gave him all of these directives? But then, and you're gonna break your one rule. Quick, someone spam him with Teen Titans Go. But Greg would rather flex his muscle. Yeah, back when I had muscle. I have muscles in the sense that they're the things that make my arms and legs move. But flexing, whoo, no, that's of course Sage is here, so I got my co-host because of course once I walk into this room he assumes that this is when we're gonna get treats. Whoa, gotta follow. Thank you. Well, here's a Steven C66. Very awesome. Thank you for that follow. Greg Flex. There aren't they? Hey, Last Al. What are your thoughts on the Judge Dredd movies, the old one and the newer one? You know what? Yeah, let's get started right away here. That's a good question because yesterday I posted on Twitter about that. for anybody who has never seen either of those movies, feel free to skip the first one with Sylvester Stallone. It took an interesting premise, and it tried to make it very, very comic book cartoony, and it just didn't work. Because swear I've been following you for, hey, no problem. Maybe you unfollowed at some point. Twitch is lagging too bad. I'm sorry, NKG. Feel free to watch the video later on. I'll probably be posting some of this up on YouTube. Like, I'll post it in little bits depending on how the topics go. No problem, Tomcat. We're here. But yeah, for Dredd, you can skip the Sylvester Stallone movie. The one with Carl Urban from 2012 is amazing. The premise for Judge Dredd is that society has sort of collapsed in on itself. You know what I mean? Like, it just got really bad. And then what happened was they turned the police force. Oh, they pretty much eliminated the court system. And then the police force now are judge, jury, and executioner. So they go out there, they assess the crimes on the spot, and then they can deal punishment immediately. That is a very dystopian ideal, and the Stallone movie made it too cartoony in a way. The 2012 Carl Urban movie was phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, I absolutely recommend going on Netflix and watching it or something. Don't watch it on TV because it was on USA, and they block a lot of that movie out, and they have to because it is ultra violent. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm in the wrong. There we go. I was in the wrong Discord. So what do we got here? And again, I'm sort of moving back and forth. So if you guys ask questions and stuff and I miss it, then I apologize. Jared is amazing. Still not Stallone. Yeah, it just wasn't the same thing. I've only seen the first Dredd, didn't mind it. Yeah, Spider, watch the 2012 movie. You will not be disappointed. I've never played the game though, Sean. I've never played the Judge Dredd game. The Raid is a similar one. Yeah, see, I'm a fan of dystopian ideas. Yeah, I really enjoyed the original Judge Dredd. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't right for that premise. But I'm a fan of dystopian type movies where it's the, we always have these ideas of what a faraway sci-fi future is like, or a faraway sci-fi atmosphere, and what we, and I love the idea that what happens if everything goes wrong. And it's sort of a bummer of an idea, but at the same time, I find it very interesting because it highlights the amount of ways things can go wrong, and that's fascinating to me, that things can break down one way or another. Correct elements. I know there's an FPS Judge Dredd game that was pretty goofy. Black or Mexican? I am Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican. Everybody thinks I am Indian. I don't speak Spanish. So I'm kind of all over the place, and I love Japanese culture. I am a child of the earth. So much better story than the movie. Let's just stream it. Is that the FPS Dredd game that we're talking about? I can only think of Demolition Man. Johnny will always harass me for liking that movie, but I love that movie. I think that's such a hilarious movie. We can call you Uncle Earth. I'm the holy soup. I am the Earth's fruit punch. I've got a little bit of everything. All right, so I got that. Okay. Mind you, I'm still sort of organizing my screen here. Yeah, I thought Demolition Man was fantastic. It was that was a little sillier of a dystopian type movie, but it was still very interesting. There was stuff like Hunger Games, where Hunger Games, I enjoyed the Hunger Games books and the movies. I remember people were, it's like Twilight, but this and that. Like, no. It is not like that at all. It is a dystopian future. It's kind of fascinating. It's fascinating in the way that battle royale or battle royal for it was a Japanese movie that came out, and that was what happened. I think it was every year or so they would pick like a busload of kids, and then they would gas them, and then the kids would wake up on this island, and then they had to fight to survive. And and then it was whoever is alive at the end of 3 days wins. If no one's alive at the end of 3 days, they kill everybody. So it was sort of like that. Battle Royale. Yeah, it's that was such a good movie. Greg is allied to good, nightmare to you. Oh wait, hold on. What is this? What was your reaction to Johnny going into YouTube? Oh, I thought that was very awesome. I thought that it was. I liked the idea of him being motivated to do something, and this is one thing that I like from everybody, because getting a little personal, I don't have it myself. I lack a lot of drive, and it was nice to see him take this information, take this life, and turn it into something else. And I am ecstatic to see that he has created a career out of it, and I love that. But when it first happened, I love the idea that they were doing this, that they were doing something, and it was something that he seemed very passionate about, and he seemed to have a lot of fun doing. I mean, we all saw those super early videos with the bad lighting and the very, very weak camera, you know what I mean? And the audio that probably what mine sounds like right now, and that's great to see that he took that and kept going and was so passionate about it that he moved forward with it. That's why I see a lot of people who they probably get into stuff like this, and it doesn't work out because within a year they don't have thousands of subscribers on YouTube or anything like that, and they probably feel kind of bummed out about it. And it's like, well, but if you're having fun with it, you do it, and then if you're having fun with it, people will show up to see it, because they'll see that in you. That's one thing about people. People love to feed off of each other. There are a lot of people who watch sports, and they're okay to watch sports on their own, but they would absolutely, they'll go to the bar and have a couple of drinks and hang out with people and watch the game there, even though they can do it at home for free, not have to buy drinks if they don't want them, have their own bathroom, and they do that because they get to be around other people having fun and enjoying the same things that they're enjoying. So, and that's what people look for when they watch YouTube channels and they watch videos and stuff. They're looking for people who are passionate about whatever it is that they're doing. I can't really say they're enjoying it because people tune in to watch videos all the time of other people hating things, which is fun. But one way or another, they're being passionate about it, and they like that. The infamous fire alarm. Oh boy. Oh, is there a fire alarm that I'm missing? Would you play the Nightmare on Elm Street? I've never played the Nightmare on Elm Street game. Yeah, I've never played the Nightmare on Elm Street game. Do I even have it? Oh, I do not have it. Oh, I have the Friday the 13th game. I don't have the Nightmare on Elm Street game. Oh yeah, his fire alarm in the early. That's right. It wasn't the steady beep. It was that little beep, and you hear it every once in a while. The noise that I think it's supposed to make that noise when the battery dies, or the battery is dying. Yeah, that's right. I do remember that. Oh God. New Johnny product, the new Metroid game alarm. it Shadow, the Metroid game alarm makes a noise every time a bad Metroid game comes out. So a few years ago we kind of heard it just basically continuously. I kind of want to start live streaming, but I'm not interesting, funny, good at things, talented, charismatic, have the equipment or the drive, and I'm bad at staying on any type of schedule. New game, I think that's an amalgamation of a lot of people. As far as equipment goes, I mean, we were just talking about Johnny's early stuff. Cheapo camera. I mean, for the first few weeks of me doing the streams, I was using the camera that comes in the laptop, and it's terrible. I got something in my mouth, and I'm like, good Lord. You know, USB microphone. You know, this microphone on this headset is actually pretty decent. It just, you know, I'd rather have something like this that obviously it's a lot warmer. It's a lot, you know, it sounds a lot better, especially when I lean in very close to it. Hello there. But you know, then and you slowly build up. You know what I mean? You know, the mixer that I have here, I got for Christmas. You know, so you can ask for stuff like that at Christmas time. You know, and that's a very good thing. If you really want to do it, then that's a good, when your birthday rolls around, when Christmas rolls around, you know, you can get a bunch of new toys and a bunch of new games, or you can say, hey, this is what I want. Can you guys get this for me? Given your love for a Metroid, will you streaming Metroid Prime? Oh, I will absolutely be streaming that. I don't know if it'll be release day. I'm absolutely going to be, I know I'm going to get it the same day. And there is a good chance that depending on when it happens, I'll take off of work to go and get it. Which I've done before. I have done that before. I have taken off of work to go and pick up games the morning they open. If there's a midnight release, I'll do that too. Hey, Homecoming. But they don't do a lot of midnight releases. And straight up, Greg, the webcam from the laptop wasn't that bad. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the webcam I have now I got it on a sale from Amazon. It's the Logitech C920. It was $45. And straight another problem is that the internet gaming is oversaturated. New game, that was probably my biggest issue about starting, was that there was just everything's been done. You know what I mean? I don't think it's possible to find a game, an actual released game on YouTube that doesn't have a video about it. Even if there's not a Let's Play chat, there's a video for pretty much every game out there. But you know what? A lot of what this is it's personality. You know what I mean? It's behavior. It's people like watching this stuff. I'm going from my experience. I will watch the same game from multiple people because I like their take on the game. I like the way they play it. You know, a lot of video games don't all have the same way to play a game. So a lot of people will play it differently. You know, the most recent example is Doki Doki Literature Club. You know, where if you've played through that game once, if you've seen one playthrough of that game all the way through, you know exactly where the game is going. But to watch other people play it, to watch other people react to it, to see the different path that they take, to listen to the jokes that they make, that is a new life to the way these games are played. It's more about it's more about the personalities behind the microphones than it is about the games on the screen. And when you realize that, you know, a lot of people have gone on camera and recorded themselves playing video games. But I haven't. But you haven't. So the things that you have to say, probably no one's ever heard before. You know, so there's a good chance of that. And even if they didn't, they want to hear it again anyway. People love that stuff. It's why we watch reviews of retro games that we've played before, because we like to hear other people's take on what's going on. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the bits. Thank you, Homecoming. Trying to stay up on the chat here. So Doki Doki was that VR, like Homecoming said. Five Nights at Freddy's, of course. Absolutely, Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, that game was, what was it, like five of that game in within a span of 18 months, and it was the same damn thing every time, but it was fun to watch people react to it. You know, and I get it. I get why people watch PewDiePie so much. You know, he's one of the first pioneers of the screaming whenever something happens and whatnot, and it's funny. That's why I love LPs. Gives you a different perspective of the game. I mean, oh, Lizard, I am sorry. I'm sorry that you are in so much pain. Hopefully, we'll feel a little better. What we got? We're 24 minutes in. We got an hour and a half. We're still gonna go until 5:00. Like I said, this is still a test. I kind of want to see if I can just blabber on about stuff for 2 hours. What's that? Which, by the way, was like $22. My mic current is a Sadie's 920 headset, from what I understand. Yeah, you can get the equipment. As far as the equipment goes, yeah, watching a game plus personality equals your taste. Yeah, and then as you watch people more, you get to learn their taste. Yeah, Lizard, we'll try and make you feel a little better. Maybe we can get some chuckles out of you. You try Arowana Mall? No, I did not, Treble. I did not try Arowana Mall yet. I'm super interested in it, though. I'm really happy that it came back. I still want Salt Spray Rig. I want my Salt Spray Rig for Splatoon. I really don't have much reaction. Yeah, well, horror games. I don't like horror games, so I would never do horror games. I played through Dead Space. Oh, I did play through Dead Space. Dead Space didn't scare me as much as maybe like Silent Hill 2 did. FNAF I just had no interest in that. FNAF was like a point and click practice game. It teaches you how to move your mouse across the screen really fast and click other things. No disrespect to the people who love it. It just, for me, I just didn't find the gameplay interesting. Although I don't know if I played any true horror game. Yeah, I mean, I played like Silent Hill was probably as close as I get to horror. I want Flounder Heights, but $10 says they aren't bringing that back. Probably not. No. For Port Mackerel. Yeah, see, I like Port Mackerel. Port Mackerel is very interesting though, because some of the weapons that you can use give you crazy advantages. When you use the missiles, you have a ridiculous amount of advantage because you can see down the entire level. A few parts in Dead Space 2. How many game consoles do I have in the background? Let me see here. On this shelf, let's see. Yeah, this shelf here. There's a Master System, a JVC XI. I have an Ouya. I picked up an Ouya maybe 2 weeks ago, which you can't play anymore. You need to go online and have an account, but they've shut down the online service, so I don't know if it's even possible to play anymore. A Dreamcast. I have a Japanese and an American Dreamcast. Saturn, which is modded to play American and Japanese games. OG Xbox 360. Turbo graphics with the CD. A PC Engine with the CD. A 3DO. That white thing is actually a light. When I do the game streams, I'm facing this way. Yeah, because you can see the TV here. So then I have the light coming this way because I put the camera over here too. PS1, 2 PS2s, PS3. That is the fat PS3, and then I have the slim PS3 downstairs. An Atari 2600, a flashback Atari, a 7800, the Jaguar with the CD, the 5200, which I think I need to get repaired, an Odyssey, Coleco, and an Intellivision Model 1. And then you see the TV here, right underneath is where I have all my Nintendo systems. Why do you have an Ouya? I have an Ouya because I was at the Goodwill store and they had it for $10 in the box with everything. It's Sage. No, I don't have a Commodore 64. I never had one growing up. I never played one growing up. The only ones that I want right now, the old school systems I want an Intellivision Model 2. I would like to have, well, that's not old enough, a Master System Model 2. Check Discord. Is that Bulma? Bulma looks like Ripley. Oh, I like that. An Atari 8-bit or an Amiga. No, I don't have the Amiga. I would like an Atari. What was it called? It wasn't called 8-bit. Was it called an 8? It wasn't called an 8-bit. Excuse me. What was the Atari XE Pro? That I wanted one of those. I'm really not old enough to have it. Yeah, see, the 80s PCs, I was, the store about a half an hour away from me, called Classic Game Junkie in Glenside, PA, they had, sometime last year, I think, somebody brought in an Apple II with all the accessories and a crap load of games. And I wanted it so bad, but I don't have the space for that. I mean, I'm pretty much maxed out on space right now. I could build taller shelves and I would cover the... somebody mentioned earlier, I put the Zelda poster over here and I moved the Ghost in the Shell wall scroll over here. You can't actually see it. I figured, you know what? Maybe it's a little less appropriate to be on screen the whole time. So I moved it over here. But I have like the Ghost in the Shell wall scroll, the Sephiroth wall scroll. I could build shelves high enough to add more games, but it would cover all of that stuff. Museums just shrivel up in old age. There's a used game store near me. Can't find any PS2 Atlas games. Oh man, they're out there, Trouble. I talked about a game store that was kind of crap near me, and I went the other day and that one closed down. It turns out they moved somewhere else and he merged with somebody else. I went to the new place. The new place is phenomenal. It's 20 minutes away from me. The new place, the guy actually knew what he was talking about. He played video games. The store was nice and clean. Everything was organized and had prices on it. I was amazed. What anime have you been watching? I haven't really been watching anything lately. I wish I could, I finally got around to watching Your Name, which was a terrific movie, but I haven't had the time to sit down and really binge anything. To be honest, if I'm going to watch anything, the next thing I want to watch is to go back to Akame ga Kill and finish that, and probably go back to Seven Deadly Sins because I was enjoying that and I just sort of stopped watching it. Don't Atlas games sell? Atlas games do sell for a little bit. Yeah, you're gonna pay. I mean, it's tricky because it's saying they sell for a little bit is sort of, PS2 games normally sell for $5 to $10. Atlas games sell for $30, $40. So that's high for PS2 games, but you're not paying, other than Rule of Rose, you're not paying $200 for a PS2 game. Meanwhile, in Powland, Atlas. What's a Europe? You see Ghost in the Shell live? No, I did not see the Ghost in the Shell live action movie, and I want to because I like Lucy, and I thought that was a good movie. I had nothing against the Ghost in the Shell movie. I still need to get a copy. I want the special edition. I want the behind the scenes bonuses. I used to love those. I used to love behind the scenes bonuses. Hey, you know what? I have a question for you guys. Talking about that game store that I went to, the before it moved, the guy that worked there, he wasn't really much of a gamer, and which I kind of mind and I kind of don't. You know what I mean? If you went to buy a used car, if you went to buy a car at all, and the guy said, "Well, I don't really know much about cars. I don't drive." You wouldn't trust him. You know what I mean? You wouldn't trust his opinion on what's going on. So I have a question about there. Let's see. Persona 4. Oh yeah, yeah. Persona 4. If he wasn't, why did he work there? Yeah, well, he owned the place. He had owned it. The way it was one of those DVD exchange places where they buy and sell DVDs, and eventually they also took video games. But then the video game, the DVD market kind of collapsed, and then his video games sold better than his DVDs. So he merged with this other guy. But I have a question for you. Would you continue to shop at a retro game store if you didn't like the employees there? They're rude, they're mean, they're unattentive. They don't answer any questions because they don't even know about the answers, or they just refuse to. They're a little skeevy. The store is dirty. Assuming you can trust the games themselves. Assuming you would never shop at a game store where every time you bought something, you got home and it was broken. So assuming everything works as far as the products you buy, and the prices were so-so, would you shop at a game store if you did not like the employees? I find this to be very interesting, because I would refuse to go there because I just didn't like the guy. But every once in a while I would stop in because I needed my retro game fix, and he was the only store in the area without driving 40 minutes away on the highway to get to the next closest store. And I wasn't going to GameStop for my retro games. Sorry, GameStop. Yeah, I wouldn't be very appealed to turn up. As it goes, I don't shop at GameStop anymore because of their employee. GameStop, I don't consider GameStop a retro game store. They have some retro stuff, and I wouldn't trust it if you gave it to me. No, I wouldn't. No amount of bad customer service would have me return any retail store. That's a good... There you go. Kind of a mishmash jigsaw. Your average Joe isn't going to know. What's this? Only thing could defy that is if somehow the products they had were my appeal. Okay. Yeah, I think if you're getting $100 games for $70, I think that there is you'll deal with a level of crappy customer service in order to get at those games, but you'll be in and out. You know what I mean? You'll go in and I want that game, and then you won't want to have a conversation because they won't want to have a conversation. What's this? I'm talking to an asshole employee for 10 minutes. The game can get me hours to play. Yeah, okay, new game. I like that. Plus you're talking to the guy for 10 minutes, but your game is going to be worth much more than that as far as time goes. I got 14% off for sending a coworker to play. We have some play and trades here. I don't know if they're the same thing or not. We have a store called Play and Trade. It's a ways out of the way, and I wasn't too impressed. But I think it was just because I drove for so far. But the guys seemed pretty decent. CEX just closed up in the States, I think. I know the one that was probably an hour away. I know they closed up, and somebody told me that all of them did. No, I would not. I love a excuse me. I love a chaos. Just no. Asshole employee can ruin, and that's my only issue. You play this game and it's like, I remember when I bought this game and the guy was a dick, so you'd be less likely to play it. You know what? That's funny that you bring that up. To this day, I have not played Lunar on PS1 because while it was out, before I had a chance to play it, I worked with this guy who just would not shut up about it. And when I would try and play it, all I could hear is his voice in my head telling me, this part's awesome. You got to check this part out. And it drove me away from the game. And to this day, I've never played it. I can't hear his voice in my head anymore. So I think maybe I should finally try it out. Someone that want to touch something, if they have any sort of association. Yeah. I have a high tolerance for assholery. I have low patience and high tolerance. I go from 0 to pissed off super fast, but I can stay at pissed off for a long time before I reach a breaking point. CEX started stocking PS1, Saturn. Yeah, ours had all of that stuff. The ones here, those CEX. I mean, tell me about the CEX over there, because the CEX here was essentially a pawn shop. You know what I mean? They had old cell phones and electronic equipment. It essentially operated like a pawn shop. I should go to Second and Charles. Yeah, Second and Charles. I think that's the place that made some news last year, because they had these bins where they were just putting stuff so that people can take it. And then at some point it turned out that they were throwing stuff away. They were throwing video games away if it didn't move. I think it was them that were, and I know GameStop had a big thing where they were destroying games that weren't selling. It was, ugh. I mean, we don't need all 16 million copies of Madden, or however many they were made. You know, no one's buying Madden 2002 anymore. So you could probably destroy half of them and be fine. You know, but yeah, the destroying games just because they're not selling, I don't like that idea. Was not expecting to meet another Limerick man here. See, it's Silver EX. We're bringing people together here from all over the world. This is we're trying to become a hub for the gaming internet world, where everybody can come online and be on this IRL stream right here and all meet, you know, and all complain about the same things together, like family. Because if there's one thing that family does together, is bitch about stuff. Second and Charles is getting expensive. Lizard, the Goodwill stores around me are also getting expensive, because they are now hiring people that go online and look up these things. I'm seeing it a lot. You know, I'm seeing a lot of, you go in and there's a stack of Super Nintendo games, and they're all the sports games, and then the ones that are worth something are $20 and $30 at a Goodwill store. Someone in the back they're keeping that stuff for them to look up the prices and put it out there. It's really nice connecting with you guys. See, we're connecting. We're putting everybody together here. We're making love connect. My hope is that years from now, someone will tell me that they met their significant other on here, and now they have a family, and they named they had twins, and they named them Uncle and Silver. I went to mine, and all the retro games and anime were all picked through. Well, see, pick through just means that somebody got there before you. That's fine. But if you go to the Goodwill store and there's a bunch of crap on the shelves, and then good games are in a cabinet somewhere, that's when somebody there is paying attention. The two things in this world deserve destruction. And people who cut in traffic. Oh my God, I had a bunch of that today. People who cut in traffic. Would I ever go to a maid cafe? That's the one where it's like the host club, but they service you, and service sounds like they give you like oral, but they take care of you. I think I'd be interested to try it out. Yeah, you name your third kid Derp. Name him Derposaurus. The problem with other than CEX, we only have charity shops. You see, I like the charity shops because normally charity shops, thrift shops, stuff like that, normally they don't have someone scanning for prices online. They deserve to make a little bit more for the really, you know, I'm not going to go in there and see Rule of Rose for $20 and say, well, this is a thrift store, this should be $10 or $5. No, come on, it's a $200 game. You know you're getting something for that kind of money. Would go you going to no, unfortunately I'm not going to MomoCon. Truth be told, again, see this is why I dismiss the idea of no personal questions, because I always know that I'm not an open book, but I am the jacket on the cover of the book. I don't fly. I don't like flying. The last time I tried to fly was a very, very long time ago, and I had a massive anxiety attack. So it would not be easy for me to get down there. I would love to, but it probably wouldn't happen. If I was to go to an anime convention, no, there is Katsucon in where Magfest is. They have Katsucon there. I would like to go to that. And Otakon, of course. I would like to go to Otakon. Or Otakon. Well, Otakon is the guy that helped Solid Snake. Sage and Silver. Yeah, Sage and Silver. Oh, those are good names for kids. Sage and Silver. Greg and Gregette. Let's see. And here's me trying. Laser discs are tough to find. I think laser discs are tough to find anywhere. I just bought the Death Note omnibus and some Japanese candy. I'm getting tons of stuff on Discord here. Here we go. Rechain of memories from good. Yeah, that's where I got my chain of memories from. My rechain of memories. Isn't it called Hooter? Hey, Chips. Isn't what called Hooter? Hold on. I wonder what Hooters is the Goodwill store where you buy games. I'll go to Hooters if they're selling video games. Maid cafes or cleaners. Oh yeah, the maid cafes. Yeah, maid cafes. I think that if you look them up, it's, if you've ever seen Oran High School Host Club, I think that's sort of what it's supposed to be like. Only it's females that are they're servicing everybody else. And then because it's all females, it's all guys that show up. You know, and Japan unfortunately has a culture for that sort of behavior. Like they have like the groping and stuff like that. That's a big problem. So, you know, it doesn't seem like the best thing for there. I know about Katsucon. Making plans for Otakon this year and Magfest. I am going to try and go to Magfest next year. How long would it take? Oh, it's like 7 or 8 hours, Spider, to get there by train. And it is super expensive. I've looked. I love to go to any convention you guys meet in real life. Oh man, you live halfway across. Where do you live in the country? A new game? Don't give me your address. Just give me a general area. Give me a time zone. The most I've gotten out of charity shop is Spyro that no longer had the. Hey, you got a Spyro though. Annoying thick cases. Power Region had the experiment. The long boxes for PS1 and the Saturn games. Those are, I like those. Everybody hated them and I like them, even though they are a gigantic waste of space. Buys copy of Air Combat. Greatest hits. Yeah. I like the long one. I don't understand the maid. Sean, the maid fetish simply comes from this is a person who is basically supposed to do what you say. There seems to be a lot of a lot. There's always been an interest in any culture of the idea of a subservient person. You know, it's someone who they'll do your every whim and stuff like that. You know, a common female fantasy is the hunky guy that does the chores and stuff around the house. You know what I mean? Like he fixes things and he's the manly man. And you know, it's not just that he's muscular or anything. It's that he's so hunky and useful. You know, so there's this culture of they like that. There's some I know what cases you're talking about. I don't have one handy. I know what you're talking about. They're the jewel case size, but they're like double thickness. Yeah, I know what you're saying. They break a lot too. I mean, I just like the outfit. Yeah, the maid outfits. Sexy Butler Cafe is Oran High School Host Club. Copy. What is that? A copy of Guyver OVA was going for $30. Yeah, come on, man. Slightly smaller than the Jewish cases. They are the Spider. They are the circumcised cases, so they are slightly smaller, and the cover and part of the cover is gone. Maids and butlers are pretty, and yeah, and that's what it is. Silver. It's not. They're not just subservient. It's supposed to be a sort of high scale. You know what I mean? It's not like a terrible thing. It's not. You know, and it's not. I don't think it's always a sex thing. And that's one thing that comes out because that sort of nature is tied to it. Where I don't think it's a sex thing. I think it's a subservient thing. I think it's the idea that this person is there to make sure that your needs are taken care of. European Dreamcast cases. Woo, Japan. 16-year-old can date your teacher, who is also a maid, who is also implied to do sex. Yeah, see, King, and see, new game, and that's the thing. It's the sex. Everybody throws the sex automatically in there, and I don't think that's what it is. I think a lot of it, I mean, I think the sex is part of it, but I think a lot of it is the idea that this person is there to make sure your needs are taken care of, and on multiple levels, that's appealing to people. Yeah, no spoilers for Persona. I get that impression too. Yeah, the mindset is different. I mean, I kind of need buffers. Who else am I going to put my dragon shurikens on? But yeah, I find that to be a very interesting idea about the culture, that sort of subservience. I find that to be just a fascinating way, you know. And I wonder if it's a byproduct of what their culture was for the past thousands of years, or, you know, I don't know. It's very interesting. I know that in America, a lot of that stuff just won't fly. Like I would love to see that though. I would like to see something like that. I don't want someone taking care of my messes. I spend too much time cleaning up after others. It depends. Oh God, made Android 21. It depends, Sean, because if I drop something on the floor at a restaurant, I'll try and clean it up, but when they come over and they clean it up for me, it's kind of like that's why they're there. You know, I'm not going to just sit there and throw food on the floor because I'd punch myself in the face for wasting food. But I get the idea that that's what they're there for. When they start doting on me, that's where I'm kind of... There's this movie that came out called The Other Women. It was Kate Hudson, Cameron Diaz, and Leslie Mann, I think her name is. And in that movie, they go to this restaurant, this sort of like underground restaurant. This one of the guys, he's like this guy that knows all the underground places. And they go to a restaurant called No Hands. And in No Hands, you don't do it. You sit down, and then the girls will come over and feed you. And then, like, if you want something to drink, they'll pick up the glass and put it in your mouth. And I'm like, no, I would never be able to do anything like that. That's too weird for me. Easy on any kind of spoilers. You know, there are some people who like to play some of these games. What anime shows have you seen? Kind of a lot. Not much as of late, but I have seen kind of a lot. I mean, you know, Berserk, Initial D, tons of old Dragon Ball Z. You know, there's kind of a lot of stuff there. Netflix was nice for anime. I kind of wish their selection was bigger, but it was nice to have some anime to start getting anime on demand. You know, I remember you having to go to New York and go to Chinatown and finding VHS. We come on with bags of VHS tapes. Go up to New York for a day and have bags of VHS tapes, and then we'll swap the VHS tapes with each other. You know, that way we get to watch everything. The professionalism seems to be part. Yeah. Though to be fair, if I ended rich, I wouldn't buy a huge house. I don't need one. Everyone says if they get rich, they won't change it. New game, I know for a fact that I would change. Oh, later, Stephen C. I know for a fact that I would change, but I strongly believe I would change for the better. I know I'd be a lot more relaxed. But yeah, you're right though, Sean. I don't have any interest in buying a huge house or anything. Here's the thing about getting rich and buying a huge house. And a lot of people say, "Oh, I buy a mansion or whatever." I don't want a huge house because I don't want to have to clean it. And I'm not going to hire a cleaning person because I don't trust having a stranger in my home multiple times a week when I'm not there. I don't like it. So those two things combined mean that if I could hit $100 million and I'll never buy a big giant house maybe 3 or 4 bedrooms at the most, because I want to turn one of the bedrooms into a giant game room. Or I would just buy a second house with all my games. Only way I can do that now is to go to charity shop. Yeah, and just buy a crap ton of VHS. Well, remember, the VHS back then was all bootlegs because we didn't get that stuff over in the States. You know, early JoJo and Berserk and stuff like that, we didn't get it in the States at all. So they were all bootleg videotapes. Greg is not the Paul brothers. Oh my God. I wish I had their money, but I'm not that guy. I think the most extravagant thing I would do with a lot of money is make sure I have enough space for some pinball machines, because there are probably about 3 pinball machines I really want, and I'd open up a small business like a gaming cafe or something. I've always wanted to do that. I got a really weird bit of paper in a VHS case. It was Welsh. It was in Welsh pertaining to some random... Oh, see, I'd have to start searching that stuff down. I'd want to know where it came from. Gets one of the mods as a maid. I'll hire you guys as a maid. Buy a small plot of land and streaming equipment. And just stream myself running through the fields. To talk with my folks. I'm Sean. I would not really talk up to a lot of people too. Spider knife projecting much? Was it? Oh yeah. I mean, if you buy a house in a key location, it can appreciate in value. Yeah, but I'm super rich new game, so I really don't care how much the value goes up. That's why that's the gag. Like because I remember saying that, you know, I'd pay my house off, or I'd buy a house straight up and get rid of it, and people would always say, oh, well, you want to have a mortgage. You want to be able to pay your bill because it builds your credit. I've got $100 million in the bank. I don't need to have good credit because I can just walk and buy anything straight up. Like, it sounds super snooty, but it's true. Hey, Twix Mix. Twix Mix, welcome, Twix Mix. I love seeing Twix Mix in the chat there. I think a certain someone wants that as their life job. I have a bootleg DVD of the macro. Yes. See, I love bootlegs of stuff that you normally can't get. That's why. Is it even a bootleg then? You know, oh, there's an interesting question. Is it a bootleg if it doesn't exist on its own? Fan translations of video games, for instance. You know, physical copies of fan translations don't exist normally. So do you consider that a bootleg? Because I don't like bootlegs. We've talked about this in stream before. I don't like bootlegs. Call it the Uncle Silver movie. Yeah, there you go. Please hire. We can talk video games. I am, in fact, dressed as a maid right now. So that was why the maid outfit was in the last stream in the back. Yeah, you'll see me and it'll be like, I'll sit down. When I pan the camera down to give Sage his treats, I'll still be wearing the apron. I actually have a butler tuxedo. Oh, see, I wanted to do one as a cosplay. I haven't cosplayed in a while. I wanted to do an Oran High School Host Club, like the jacket and everything, and then I was going to bring a big thing of fake roses and then just hand out fake roses to people. It's still a bootleg by definition. Yeah, that's why if there's no way to get it, do you still, is it considered? Because here's the thing, by definition, a bootleg is a copied version of something else. You know what I mean? It's so the fact that it doesn't exist, it's technically not a bootleg. You know what I mean? Made to distribute so legally, illegal music recording. Yeah, see, it's to make distributors sell them illegally. No, see, that kind of switches it up then, because it's sort of illegal. Greg wants to be the James of Team Rocket. Cosplay is fat depressed Edgelord every day. Hey, new game. Get your own cosplay. My job is done. But you didn't do anything. Someone did something similar dressed as a coffee bird from Animal Crossing. Yes, giving out little cups of coffee. Oh yeah, see, I love stuff like that. I love stuff there. If you watch we talked about the TED Talks yesterday or Tuesday, and we talked about Adam Savage. He did a cosplay TED Talk, and he mentioned he dressed up as the ghost. I think it was. I forget what movie it was from, but he was handing out chocolates, because that's what the character did. Chocolates or coins. I forget what it was, but somebody wouldn't take it, because in the movie it meant something bad when you took it. And I like that. I like that it's more, rather than just seeing someone and taking pictures of them, it's a little more interactive, and I get a kick out of that. Hopefully they weren't spike cups. That's the only thing. I wouldn't eat or drink anything that I got in that situation. When I'm hanging out with Johnny at conventions, and every once in a while somebody will try and give him like cookies or something they baked. It's like, I wouldn't. We had talked about it before. Like I wouldn't eat anything that happened. Speaking of Paul brother, even if they're idiots, you don't wish someone dead, as that's worse than yeah. I don't wish them dead. They are idiots. I just don't wish them dead. I wish that they suffered some consequences for what they did, and they're not going to. The reality is they're not going to. Not that you're not interesting, but could you play a bit of background music? Well, you know what? We're still starting out here. That is like one of the ideas that I had. I did want to take a break every once in a while, and then we'll play some music, or I'll play something that something in my library of crazy music that I have. I got to be careful. I can't play too much. If I do want to upload these on YouTube later, I can't play anything that's copywritten. You should revisit your Splatoon cosplay. Well, I have a better tank for my Splatoon cosplay. I do have a better tank. I wore the better tank a couple of years ago. Oh no, I did not wear the better tank to too many games. I want to build a high quality tank for that cosplay, and then I want to get a better outfit. Ryan, do you have the schoolgirl outfit on? Oh, is he here with his schoolgirl outfit? Can any mod make a Discord? You know what, new game? I haven't done Nightbot. When I do Nightbot, I'm gonna make commands. I thought I had it, and for whatever reason it wasn't working, because I thought I tried. Let me see something here. I could have sworn I did it, and I don't know if I'm just using it wrong. Yeah, see, I had it set up, and I don't know if it's probably not connected properly. But I do have I have a Nightbot account, so I'm gonna start setting it up to actually do things, because the Discord is what I want to do. I wouldn't mind doing one that's like social media, where you just hit social media and everything comes up, as far as the the YouTube channel and the Twitter page and everything. Hey everybody, say hi. You're live.
Hi.
Are you live? Are you in the shot? There you go.
Sort of. Hi.
Getting some kisses. Nothing wrong with that.
What?
No. Everybody's saying hello.
Oh, hello.
I'll be done here in a little bit.
Okay. Guess what?
Hold on. Oh, you're live, so no personal information.
Then never mind.
Yeah, we'll go over that later. You're anti-gold, by the way. Yeah, since I'm Uncle Silver, you get to be Aunt Gold.
All right.
She says, "All right."
I prefer Auntie Silver.
She's Aunt Silver. There we go. She likes Aunt Silver. That's fine. But yeah. I mean, that's some of the thing for that. If this stream has turned into an 18. Am I old enough to witness that? Yeah, you're old enough to witness public displays of I guess it's public displays of affection, right? It's technically, yeah, it if anything, it's a private display of affection, and you are all invading. But I appreciate it. I appreciate the invasion. Which again, that's probably something that countries that have been invaded have never said. Oh, we're good with this. We're good with this. Nightbot into a tyrant like fund the charity room stream. Oh boy. No, I wanted to just do it for commands. I want people to be able to, rather than every once in a while asking everybody to post something in the Discord, post the Discord. I'd rather just everybody be able to, pop in and say, exclamation point Discord and get all the information and stuff like that. I don't appreciate it. You implied invitation by pulling a camera on yourself. Yes, I do. I know I did. Yeah, it's like leaving your car door open, running with the keys in it, and saying, "I can't believe somebody stole my car." At that point, you are kind of asking for it. Like when you wear a cool T-shirt, and then someone wants to say, "Hey man, cool T-shirt." You're asking to be talked to at that point. So if you want people to leave you alone, just don't wear clothes at all. Because that'll do it. That'll get you to. It depends though. If you've got a good body like mine, people will want to talk to you more. Yeah. Like hey there, big boy. How many Krispy Kremes does it take to get to that? Like, whew, I couldn't tell you. I lost count when I hit quintuple digits. I don't get paid to show the Discord link. Get it sorted. Yeah, I have the Nightbot. It's just for whatever reason it wasn't when I tried it. It wasn't doing anything, and I don't know if I did something wrong or it's not linked properly. But who knows? We'll get it all working. Again, this is the first time we've ever done this. I mean, technically the show doesn't even have a name. And I kind of like the disorganization. Well, it's I can't say disorganization. I think because part of what I like about this. Did you link it at all? Elements, I'm pretty sure I did, but I guess I did it wrong, or maybe I didn't save it or something. Because I know when you use Streamlabs, when you make changes, nothing actually changes until you hit save, and I'm wondering if that's what happened. I guess being achy is a part of being an adult. Lizard, yes. I'm sorry. Something always hurts. Something always hurts, and you're always... I can't remember a time when I wasn't at least a little bit tired. Those are just two things. Yeah, because Nightbot should be appearing in chat, and he isn't. But yeah, this is, as far as organization goes, this isn't really that kind of setup. This isn't going to be that kind of stream just because I like having you guys here. I like interacting with you guys. At some point we may turn it into, what I want to do slowly is, with the Discord, for instance, I want to have subs can ask me questions, subscribers can ask me questions, followers can ask questions, but then I'll have a subscribers questions where the subscribers questions will get answered first, stuff like that. I love that picture in Discord, by the way. So I want to do stuff like that where it's a little more, it's worth it to go into, because you can come to the stream and I'm more than happy for you guys to stop in the stream, watch the stream, laugh at some jokes, and that's it. But I like getting people involved. That's one of my favorite things. So, I want you to come to the stream. I also want you to have your Discord open so you can see all the fun stuff that we're posting. I want you to, if you follow or if you... Uh-oh. Did the stream stop? Sean said the stream stopped on his end, but I'm wondering if that's just him. I want you guys to stop in. I want you to, consider a follow, because, you follow and you'll get more information. Absolutely still check the Twitter. The Twitter is one of my big things, just because that's my way to get information out to you guys. I just wanted to feel like, definitely on your end. I just wanted to feel like you will want to interact more. I like that, and it is one of the things that our community is cliched for is being isolated. And this is probably a heavy topic for considering we're closing in on the end here. But one of the things that our community is known for is being isolated. The idea of the guy sitting in the room by himself, playing his video games or watching his movies and not talking to anybody. And I like to be able to combat that as much as possible. Yes, we're all probably still in our rooms somewhere, but it doesn't mean that we're not communicating with other people. It doesn't mean that we're not having a good time, not learning things about the things that we like or each other. So I like that. So I like connecting everybody. It's nice that our connection, yeah, and that's fine. People will bash that all the time. You need to just get off the internet and go out and meet people. But I'm meeting people online. Like, we're not interacting, because the thing that makes me laugh is that when it comes to meeting people, everybody seems to agree that the most important thing is connecting with people on a personal level, talking, listening, learning about them, as opposed to just what they look like or anything superficial. This kind of filters all of that stuff out. You look in the chat here and you see a bunch of names and you see a bunch of people having conversations. You have no idea what these people look like. And that's a decent thing, because maybe you've got a picture in your head, and if you ever meet them, they're going to circumvent those expectations. They're going to be something else. And I remember when I played Warcraft, I talked to everybody all the time. And the first time we were on Facebook, I think, and somebody said, "Oh, that's your Facebook page. I saw that picture. You don't look anything like I would have thought from the way you sound." I don't know what he was picturing. All I know is it felt good to know that if I'm shattering your expectations, then you're learning not to expect certain things. And that means your mind is more open to things. And I like that. That's important. Every time we get back. Yeah, and Spider, and I worry that I sound like a broken record when I talk about this kind of stuff, because there's only so many different ways you can talk about this kind of stuff. But it is important to me, and I think that it should be the most important thing, is to connect with each other. Twix Mix is here. Twix Mix likes pineapple on her pizza, but I still love her anyway. So what you're saying, Elements, is that you want to get banned. Yeah, here come the ban swings. The old ways are the best and the only ways to do anything. Yeah, if you don't communicate exactly like your parents, oh my God, yeah. And that's what cracks me up, especially, and that's going away. That is going, as we're getting older, that is going away. But the whole, like, your parents didn't do that, so you have to do it the same way. Yet they're the ones asking you to go online and order something for them because they can't go to a store and buy it anymore. And that's when you start to look at them and say, you know what, maybe you need to be stepping into my world a little bit here. We're jumping on the white base. I'm a university friends, which is a circle of 5 people, and then everyone online. I've cut a lot of ties to my hometown. Yeah, Twix. That's one thing that a lot of people do. Twix. It's funny, you keep them at bay. What's that thing that there's this thing in Japanese schools where they keep people away. Like they apparently they train people in Japanese schools to combat attackers. Like not gun armed attackers, which is uncommon there, but like knife wielding attackers. And they have these things that, oh, it's too far away. They look like the grabbers. The grabbers where it's got the long thing on it, and then you squeeze the trigger, and then it's got the little claw on the front. They have big ones, and I forget what they're called. Defend against Attackers. No. Huh? Oh, nah, I can't find the thing. It began with an S. I've heard of that. Don't know the name though. Yeah, I don't know the name of it, but yeah, they teach the kids in school how to defend. And it's great. I saw a picture, and the guy's like, he's got a big knife, and then every one of his limbs is grabbed with one of these grabbers. That's my person. Self-defense. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Oh man, yeah. That we'll start. We'll try and start the next week's IRL stream with maybe we'll even have a show name. We'll start it with those grabbers. We'll get into some 80s cartoon intros and talk about what's going on. I wanted to talk about the Wii U being surpassed by the Switch too, but I guess that's, the Wii U was surpassed by the Switch. I guess that's not really news because nobody didn't see that coming. All right, so we are at the end. All right. I don't think Sage is around. Maybe we'll keep Sage on the. This does need a show name, but yeah, 80s cartoon intros. But yeah, so Sage isn't around, so we're not going. Normally, we end our streams, our game streams with we give Sage his treats. So he's come to expect that from now on. But I think he's out of the room right now. We're not gonna tempt fate here. What we need is intro music. Oh wait. Nope, I thought he was here. What we need is outro music. I need to make like outro music. Here, we're gonna pick a random song. I have this app called Drum Beats. Or Drum Pad Machine. So we'll pick a random song here just to let's see here. No, not that one. I'm literally just going through my. Here we go. This will be my outro music for right now. This is today's outro music. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. We are gonna call it right here. So have a great night. We'll be back Monday with regular game stream. We'll probably do more Mario and Rabbids. Here we go. Maybe we just started. We'll just have it on a loop. Yeah, this is filler outro music. Can I just loop it? I just want to loop it. Repeat. There we go. But yeah, so yeah, Monday at 2:00 we'll go back to the regular streams. This will probably be a Friday thing. We probably will do Fridays 3 to 5 as our regular time, and so then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday will be a game stream, and Friday will be this stream, and we'll basically talk about whatever we want to talk about. But I'll try and have some stuff ready. We'll talk about some of the hot stuff that comes up if there's anything of note. And then next week outro music should be X gonna give it to you. Yeah, with Thomas the Tank Engine. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Have an amazing night. Have an amazing weekend. Enjoy your Super Bowl parties if you go to Super Bowl parties, or enjoy the Super Bowl if you don't. I'm not a huge football guy, but I still enjoy a good time. Be safe out there. Depending on who wins, who knows what it can get like. You know how people are. They act crazy just because they have a reason to act crazy. So be safe. Have a great one, and I will see you guys next week.